I have just woken up. I'm on my way to the bakery. Thought I'd stop and make a video for you guys. I want you guys to check this out. We are out here, Espírito Santo, Vila Velha. Not too shabby, huh? Anyway, I'm on my way to the padaria.
Bom dia, quero 4, por favor.
This is my padaria of choice. It's close by. It gets the job done, you know what I mean? New Year's of last year, I decided to quit drinking alcohol here during my time here in Brazil. And it is the best decision I've ever made. It's not easy to quit alcohol, and it's even more difficult to quit alcohol here in Brazil. So I'm gonna let you know a little bit of my story. I think it's very helpful in many regards, culturally and mental health. So here we go. Initially, telling everybody that I used to go out with that I quit drinking obviously was pretty difficult. You know, it's difficult in America, but in Brazil, it's that extra hurdle of getting them to understand the no, because they are very persistent when you say no. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's do this. I had to be very firm in my reasons of why I quit. I really wanted to improve myself, take the year to challenge myself in a way that I wasn't so dependent on alcohol for having fun. It costs money, you wake up with a giant hangover. It really breaks all my healthy cycles, like working out and progressing at things. So I really decided to take a step back and say, you know what? I just want to enjoy life without being dependent on alcohol. I did end up quitting, and I went through the hurdles of the persistent people. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All of the new people that I met along the way. You meet a lot of people here in Brazil, you know, if you're just outside. They're like, come on, man, it's his birthday. Just a little bit, just come on. And I'm like, man, come on. You haven't even seen me in the field, man. With some time, I've come to find that I performed even better than people that were drinking alcohol. I was making approaches. I was enjoying more, you know. There is the first 1 or 2, 3 times is a little awkward. Then you kind of get used to that awkwardness and it becomes normal, you know. And then you start to see other people are very tense in the beginning of the party, and then they become really relaxed, and it really makes things easy for you to just do whatever the heck you want to do. Just let loose kind of thing, you know. When you quit alcohol, your life can become very boring. So make sure you fill it up with a lot of fun things. If you like live music, don't stop going to live music. Do things you like, what interests you. If you want to start doing rock climbing, you got to do interesting things, going camping. You might have to separate yourself from people that are just always drinking. I mean, I didn't have to in my case, but I didn't have to separate myself from people because I was very firm in my decision. But if you're kind of like shaky, you might have to go without seeing some people for a couple months, maybe 2 months, until you get firm. Get your reasons, you know, stronger. Your fundamental reasons for quitting. Get your fundamental reasons for quitting alcohol strong. I believe partying without alcohol is kind of like a skill, you know, that you have to train. I love live music. I love going out and stuff, so that was never an option. I'm not gonna stop doing that ever. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna just get really good at this not drinking alcohol thing and see how I do. And it didn't take long for me to realize I made the right decision, and I got better and better. And at this point, you know, I put myself out there so much when I'm sober that nothing bothers me. There's a couple tips I have for you, actually, to get over these hurdles of like, oh man, I could never do that. And, well, you can, but it's really difficult. If you really want to learn how to let yourself loose, you got to do things you don't want to do, you know what I mean? For me, a long time I wanted to do karaoke, but I was always like kind of shy about it. Just do those things. Put yourself out there, embarrass yourself a couple times. As you build that strength, it helps you in all aspects of life. So on a mental health level, it was very good. On a cultural level, just getting over those barriers of people persisting to say no is just a bit of a challenge, especially here in Brazil. It is good to stay firm in what you want. It's kind of hard because Americans are a little bit more individualistic, put themselves first. So when you come to Brazil and somebody says, no, come on, drink alcohol, come on, man. And I know that happens in America, but it happens so much here. It's just so persistent. You got to say no 1,000,000 times. And it's like you're ruining their time if you don't drink with them, because they're all about the group, dynamic. It really hurts them personally when you're trying to do something for yourself sometimes. It really feels that way. So, and a lot of the times I would say I quit drinking alcohol, and they're like, so you're trying to get like super jacked and stuff, huh? And I'm like, no, I work out on the side, but like, that's not the reason, But I got that like 1,000,000 times. Oh, so you're working out. This is what I'm talking about, the categorization thing. Like, you can't just quit because you want to quit. Another thing is, oh, are you evangelical? And I'd be like, no. I actually had a joke where I was like, yeah, I'm evangelical, I'm a saint, out in the nightlife, and the girls would be, no, you're not. You're a bad guy. You're a bad boy. Da da da. And it's that teasing that I would do, just to lighten up the interaction when people would ask me, if I was to have a drink. I'd be like, no, I'm evangelical. They're like, bullshit, man. Come on, Which is good. You got to make a joke out of everything. In Brazil, you got to make a joke out of everything. I would 100% recommend you to get off alcohol. The cons, I don't even think there are cons. No hangovers. You enjoy life more. And the group dynamic is, just forget about that. Sometimes you got to do things for yourself. And I understand people that drink alcohol and stuff. And I used to drink a lot in my day, If you drink alcohol, I understand, we all sometimes we need a little crutch, to help us along. But I think it's good not to be so dependent on these things. I think it's good to be as independent from any substance to feel okay, right? So for you to be able to let loose, be vulnerable, and dance like a maniac, sing karaoke like a maniac, like just go all the way, and do it without alcohol, my opinion. Soon my coffee will arrive. Then I'll drink my coffee and I'll be on my way. But anyway, if you like this subject and if you want more, I have 1,000,000 ideas. How to approach Brazilian women, 10 tips for coming to Brazil, things you should think about. I have 1,000,000 ideas. So if you have anything else that you want to hear about in terms of Brazil, go ahead and leave that down in the comments.